Why, hello everyone, welcome. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV on PlayFrame and Shadowbringers and alternate universe Limsa. More accurately known as Calusia, because it's not actually... I don't even know if it is actually alternate universe Limsa, but boy, it sure does look like it a lot of the time. Anyway, we have larger concerns right now. What with this whole Eulmore city that we need to learn more about. Alphino, how's it going? Alphino wears a look of profound disapproval. Oh dear. Buddy, you all good? You disapprove of these people's way of life? You disapprove of Eulmore? I mean, this seems the one to disapprove of more. But he does seem to be also as put out with the people around here as he does with Eulmore. I kind of want to ask him about that. You disapprove of these people's way of life? Disapprove? It frustrates me, certainly. That's only part of it, though. The whole situation makes me uneasy. Not that it matters. However unjust this system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Eulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they're all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Eulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Calusia's people. I'm not so naive as to think there's some miraculous solution to all of this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I'll not know for sure, however, until I've taken those long-delayed steps through Eulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Derman. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and, if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they're called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But, as Tataru took great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Eulmoran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. That's a pretty good scheme. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. You sure have, bud. Good for you. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? You can count on me. I have nothing else to do. Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Mosha Moa, my supplier in Right. Come, it's just to the northwest of here. Northwest, you got it. The settlement of Right, you say? That would probably be it over there. Let's start running. Pardon me, large walking trees. Not looking for trouble. Just looking for Alphino. Who is often getting into trouble, to be fair, but it's not the same thing. Thank you. They really are quite cute. Bizarre, but charming. Alphino. Oh, here you are. This is Moshamoa, the farmer of whom I spoke. Hello. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moshamoa. This is my associate, Derman. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Huh? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mistle lad? Short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seems to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it. Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Alrighty. Seems like some folks are kind of making it work out here. Outside of Gate Town. At least a little bit. It is gorgeous. Like, what a cool looking city. Kind of terrible from everything we know about it thus far, but they do make it look the kind of place you'd want to be. Especially compared to out here. The contrast is very good. Don't let me interrupt your fishing, just gotta look for charlatans. Search the surroundings for a male mistle with short blue hair. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Oh, we're doing this sort of thing, I see. Scanning. Searching. You. Haha! You have located your quarry. Derman, any sign of him? Target sighted. You've a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape. Let's do. Give chase. Where is he? You're in enormous trouble.
There you are. The thief who claimed the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai-Shir.
Tell me then, Kai-Shir. Must it be Eulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Eulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Eulmoreans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
That's our boy.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai-Shia, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
Yeah, wouldn't really be you if you did. I mean, quite possibly, meaning we'd better hurry up and think of a new plan. I think you know that, but this much is true. It's not who you are.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then?
Works for me.
Is that... I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
Right behind you. Well, sort of. Maybe not right behind you anymore, but I'll catch up. Not here. Must be on the other side of the shipyard. See, that is just right out of Limsa. Those windmills. Much more tattered looking, but same general design. Ooh. I'll grab that in a minute. See? Right behind you, like I said. Here. He's breathing, I think. Though he won't last long without help. Hey, you good? That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Oh, mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man's shivering. Pray, keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. Well, you have gotten good at that, buddy. I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristel. I was invited into Eulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Within days, they'd brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there? How are you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment. Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Eulmore, his word is law. Sounding worse and worse, Alphino. Ah, that fire's chased the chill from my bones. Thank you again. The more I hear about Eulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its halls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. A way into the city. Yeah, we're working on that still. Alphino will think of something. Hey guys, sorry, I keep falling behind. I wonder what Tristal will do now. Let's ask. Pray, accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Eulmore, insofar as I'm able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Eulmoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Oh, that's sweet of you. Thanks for the brush. Alphino, this could work out. Alphino weighs the brush you received from Tristal, deep in thought. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you... Well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant? I could do that. Then it's settled. All we need do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Perfect plan. Thanks again for the brush. This is gonna work. Should you make it into the city, have care what you say and do. I wouldn't want you to save my life only to lose your own. We'll be careful, but thank you. All right. Back to Gate Town then. Let's get in there. This is going to work. Now we wait. This should be as good a place as any. I have a good feeling about this plan. Maybe we better lose the sword. Looks a little threatening. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits, at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note it has seen no small amount of service. Aha! Flecks of paint, both old and new. A tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Hey. Why, this is my assistant. He whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I'll go with him or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave his fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Eulmore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the meal! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Mission accomplished, then.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Let's go get a look at Eulmore.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Well, looks like we're getting in. Eulmore, finally. Looks even grander from this angle, eh? Huh? It really do, goodness. Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No, not even a single tear. We're moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through to Joyous Hall. The Bureau of Immigration's in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice, loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folks off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then, by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. Thank you. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we'd better show ourselves willing for the time being. Yeah, at least until we manage to get inside all without a hitch. Might as well go ahead and grab this. Whew. Fancy. Extremely ornate. Here we are. Hello. Though we are not free citizens, by the grace of Lord Vothri, we are allowed to hold relatively comfortable positions here in the Bureau. We'd never do anything to jeopardize that, understand? Fair enough. Welcome to Eulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I'm Alphino, an artist, and this is Derman, my assistant. Ah, yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interviews and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Eulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Vothri, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you are chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Chai-Nuzz and Dulia-Chai, a Mistal couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sakes as much as theirs. Now, a moment please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Thank you. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Eulmoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Well, thank you. Oh, what are you doing over here? I'm becoming a citizen. At last. I'm so excited my hands are shaking. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Here we are. A set of documents required to register as a bonded citizen of Eulmore. What have we here? Alphino, artist. Derman, artist's assistant. To be employed in the service of Lord Chai-Nuzz and Lady Dulia-Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh, dear. You smell hideous. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume, liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornen, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions. I guess we have been out and working for a while. I hadn't realized we were so aromatic. I suppose all the more so to these perfume-drenched noses in here. We're to bathe in here, then. Looks like. Still pretty fancy, though. Love the seashells. You rinse yourself clean in the stream of water. Much better. All squeaky clean, if I do say so myself. Are you not going in? Right. Gotta do the perfume as well. Can't be forgetting the perfume. There we go. Much better. You apply the perfume as directed, and the delicate scent of roses fills the air. That was refreshing. I have to say, it's not very relaxing in here, but shower was nice. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not? That is to say, it seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? Hurry up and shower, Stinky. What would a Stinian say? Alice would have been drying her hair by now. Very true. But, I feel like he's used to sass from this direction. I think he cares much more what a Stinian would think. Good gods. You will mention nothing of this. Swear to me. All right. Now go on. Much better. See? Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons, then? Let's do. Not 100% sure where they are, but I trust someone will show us. Cornen, right. Yes. We'll need directions to the Chai residence. I know, that's exactly what I was thinking. You're looking to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters, and above that, you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Eulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you will need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs, then look for the Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Perfect. Thank you. All these stairs are going to make me break a sweat right after my nice bath. Okay, so here would be the understory, I suppose. I'll poke around there some more later. We do have an appointment to keep. And now, I believe we have reached the canopy. Whew. Boy. Now that is a fancy aetheryte. According to the message engraved in the base, special permission is required to use this aetheryte. Wow. So exclusive. This will be another one of the towns in Shadowbringers for us, as you might have already guessed, given there's a lot of NPCs and merchants and stuff like that. It is quite lovely. Despite everything. Here we are. You must be the Chais.
Oh, who's this then?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you are in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks. Oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
He does clean up nice, doesn't he?
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Eulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Hello.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis he who best understands my work. With his unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations.
Boy, you're good at this.
Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than him being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city he has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for his priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on his behalf.
Ooh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have his wish. He shall be free to roam to his heart's content.
Ah, lovely.
Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Perfect. We're in. You are just adorable. Off you go. The city is yours to explore. Oh, but do be careful along those outer walkways. I should be most upset if you were to slip and fall. I will do my best. If my wife has given her permission, then you need not seek my say-so. All I ask is that you behave yourself. Draw no attention, and be respectful at all times. I shall try. I learned from the best. Alphino would send you into the city to explore. Now you've the opportunity to experience Eulmore. I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap? Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. That we should. I shall remain behind and set up my painting paraphernalia. Very carefully and deliberately. It could take some time. Got it. I will use the time well. Although... I am feeling a little bit underdressed. Might draw a little bit less attention if I get myself something a bit more suited to the local fashion. Excuse me. There we go. See, now we are dressed to impress, or blend in, as the case may be. Much more servantly looking. Very sharp. As ever, a big thank you to Dermond's fairy godparent for assembling a hasty disguise. Exquisite as ever. Let's start asking around, now that we will not draw so much attention. Oh, hello there. Fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. I am. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I'd dropped up my handkerchief. Now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I'd be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. You got it. I will go looking. Let's see. Long hair, tied back. My. It is quite the view. The view is absolutely gorgeous, wouldn't you agree? How generous of Lord Vothry to allow the deserving to partake of it. Yes. Oh, goodness. Okay, hey. Hold on. Let me help. Wicked white! That was too close. Oh, thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge. But luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. You risked your life for a scrap of cloth? You must think very highly of your mistress. She's my entire world. Without her, I'm nothing. When I first came to Eulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to this city than wealth and plenty. There's no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Calusia where I could possibly be happier. I'm sorry, I might have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. She actually sent me to find you. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. Okay, I'll follow you? I'll follow you. There we are, all sorted. I'll never leave my lady's side again. Well, I'm happy you're happy. My attendant told me everything. I'm so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. You seem a dedicated patron. You value him highly, then. Let's go with this one. You seem a dedicated patron. Oh, my attitude is not unusual, I assure you. Without the efforts of our bonded residents, we free citizens would not enjoy the pleasures of our daily lives. They're deserving of our unending gratitude. And mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment, but in Eulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. Well, thank you for the shoes. It's very, very nice of you. It's nice to meet you both. Well, I will continue my inquiries next time. Thank you all ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Goodbye!